As many of you guys know, during World War II, there was a Goliath Tracked Mine. This thing was a remote control mine that you essentially drove into enemy tanks to destroy them. You'd blow them up, you'd blow it up, and it was insane. So today, we're going to go ahead and design something along those lines. However, this one is going to have a man in it and a gun on the top instead of actually blowing up. So let's go ahead and see if we can design something that actually works. Okay, so I've already set to work making this tiny little monster, and this is what we've currently got. It looks a little bit strange, but it might actually work. Also, we are going to go to the road wheels really quickly, and I'm actually going to go ahead and make those a little bit smaller too, just so that this looks a little bit more normal. There we go. Honestly, that looks like a pretty good setup to me. We also do need to go to the Sprocket mount and make that tiny. There we go. And we will actually need to bring the separation in quite a bit so that it actually works. There we go. I wouldn't mind actually having more road wheels as well, so something like this. So let's go with that. And hope for the best, I guess? Sure. Okay, next up, we're going to go to crew, and we're going to get rid of everybody. We're going to have a driver, gunner, loader, commander. He is going to do all of the jobs. We then need to go backwards to this guy, and we obviously need to shove it back there into the right location. There we go. It's still actually way too big, or small, I should say, but that's fine. So let's try and make this look at least a little bit normal, and we'll go from there. So drag these guys out to the sides. I do need to be able to see what's going on, so there we go. And then we will actually extend this upwards, just like this, and essentially we're making a tiny tank. So drop this guy backwards a little bit like this, and that is looking good so far. Alright, yeah, I'm not actually too fussed about this. It's looking pretty nice. I would like to actually move the road wheels backwards if possible. I don't know how easy that's going to be to do. Oh, actually, very easy. There we go. Alright, nice. It's looking pretty good so far. We then need to go to fuel, because at the minute, this thing has 600 liters of fuel in it. Honestly, it doesn't have to go that far, so we're going to go with 15 instead. Alright, what else is taking up all this space? Apparently, the crew is still taking up loads, so we're going to give him a lot less room. There we go. And the engine is also taking up 69%. So we're going to go ahead and make that a hell of a lot smaller too. But we do still need it to move, so 0.5 is what we're going to go with. And that's alright. Still too big though, so we're gonna have to make it longer, I think. That can be the only thing we do. Or we can make it wider, but I'm not gonna do that. So let's go and make it really long, and hope that this works out. I'm not sure it will, but we'll see. So let's go and do this all the way forwards to there. Pretty much. I'm gonna space out these wheels to be a little bit bigger. So spacing, yes, out to there, and that's what it's gonna look like. It's still going to be a tracked mine, but it's going to be a very long one. Oh, and when I say tracked mine, it's not going to be a tracked mine at all. It's just going to have a cannon mounted upwards so that it can actually shoot into the enemy. That's all we really need. Alright, the other thing that I've decided to do, which could be a very, very bad decision, is I'm actually going to go ahead and build this up at the back. I'm going to send this guy backwards quite a lot too. Essentially, the way that we're going to work this is our driver, gunner, loader, thingy-mabobby person is going to be in here, and the gun is going to be at the front. The whole front end of this will go underneath the enemy tank and blow it up. The back bit is where we're going to drive from. I'm sure that'll be fine. Alright, so this is what we've got so far. It doesn't seem very good. We are in late war already, so, I mean, this is as advanced as it's gonna get, sort of. And it's very, very slow. We're gonna have to make this faster than this. This sucks. Okay, so in order to do that, let's go ahead and increase this to be like 1. And then we can actually bring this up to be like 6 cylinders again. This is what normal is. And yeah, that seems speedy enough, to be honest. Oh, this is looking quite nice, actually. Yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead and decorate this real quick, and then we'll attach a gun to it, and we'll see if we can make it work. Alright, so this is where we are currently at. I've added a bunch of random armor plates around this thing. We've got one huge light in the center. I've actually added the exhausts going up from there, like bull horns. I think that looks kind of cool. I've added some storages on the side, some storages on the back, a way to get in and out, a commander's cupola on the top, and engine vents right here. That is pretty much everything that I have added, and I'd say that actually doesn't look too bad. I don't know whether this is going to work terribly well, but that's down to us to figure out, I suppose. Essentially what I'm imagining is this going up against one other enemy, without any other enemies shooting it in the sides. So, let's go ahead and increase the armor up massively and try and figure out a way of actually making that fit. Okay, so I've gone ahead and actually changed the engine displacement from 1 liter down to 0.75. I've also decreased the actual engine, or the armor values, down from 180 down to 100. And on the bottom, it is 95. However, I'm actually going to go ahead and make that even less. There we go. So the pieces we're going to get shot in is this guy right here, this panel, and this panel right here, and that's pretty much it. Hopefully we don't get shot here an awful lot, because it's still 10 mil, and hopefully we don't get shot in the back, because that's 5. So we're going to have to see what happens here. But anyway, next thing we're going to do is add a turret to this, and go from there. Now, if you've played this game a bit, you would notice that you can't actually aim turrets, or you can't aim cannons upwards very much. So it is our job to actually put this in, fold it over backwards, and just put it in like this. We'll then be able to put the turret, or the gun, on this side. And that's pretty much how this works. So what I want to do is select all of this. And I want to make it tiny. There we go. And I also want to make it tiny in this respect too. However, it'd be better to do it a different way. So drop this guy down like this. I'm trying my best to make it work. Come on. Alright, I can't. Never mind. And we're going to go and shove this guy all the way forwards if we can as well. So this is going to go all the way to there. We're then going to drag this guy to here. And we're going to drag this guy down. Bosh. And then the cannon could go directly on there. Okay, so what you want to do in this situation is you want to make sure that the turret won't actually turn around. So make sure it is constrained to 0 degrees. Alright, we're then going to go to mantlets, grab one of these guys, it doesn't really matter which one, make it really tiny if we can, doesn't really matter again how big or small this is, shove it onto there. We're then going to go ahead and make this really tiny as well in terms of barrel length, and I think I'm actually going to go increase it, so it's a 250 mil round. That looks insane, but that's what we're going to go with. Alright, so let's go to ammo storage. Grab one of these and shove it in the back. Obviously, 4 of these is fine, that's okay, and they are quite big. It does say outside currently, and now it says blocked by an... Oh, that's really annoying. Alright, let's just go ahead and shove this here. There we go. 2 rounds is probably fine, because we're probably going to die before we shoot the second one anyway. But we could actually add 2 more. I've gone off the space limitations now, because obviously we're going to have issues anyway. Let's make this APHE. This APHE, and I kind of want to test it out against like a tiger or something. Oh, we might have some issues with the crew slots. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. A gunner's sight is necessary though. So let's go to viewports, grab a gunner's sight, shove it directly onto there. Again, making it tiny. And then off we go. Driver must be located in the hull. I think I might be able to get away with it if I do this. Now, gunner's sight must be located in the gunner's compartment. Oh, this sucks. It worked before. Alright, I'm going off piece now. Let's go ahead and select all of this and make it maximum armor. We're then going to go to mobility and engine. We're going to make this absolutely massive as well. Now it should be insane, which is fine, you know, that is fine. And we're going to go and add a crew member as well, who is going to be the gunner loader. There we go. So take this gunner loader out. We've got a driver now. Driver must be in the... Now I'm very confused. So we get the driver, and... I need to grab that. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and try and put this here. There we go. Now we have everything we need. Fire in 3, 2, 1. And it doesn't destroy us, which is the most important thing. Nice. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and test this out against the King Tiger because reasons. So there is 2 of my tanks versus 1 King Tiger. Obviously, we are quite fast, we are very much armored, and we are very low profile. So all we gotta do is drive in, not die, and hopefully... hopefully we'll be able to destroy the King Tiger. Now, he has already shot at us, and he has shot us again. Can I turn my lights on? It seems that only the rear lights ever actually work, unless you're on that one map. But we've taken a good few tank shells already, and we are still motoring along. This King Tiger doesn't stand a chance. Unless he does. Which in that case, you know, maybe it's fine. Anyway. Oh no. Get out. Oh god. Okay, over the top. We are now down in the pit with the King Tiger. And now I'm stuck. Unless he budges me, which he did do. Nice. All right, I gotta reverse out of his way. This is not amazing. This is really bad, actually. I'm trying to turn around, but unfortunately, because our length to width ratio is the way that it is, I'm struggling like crazy. Oh, wait. Actually, one of my tracks is dead. That's one of the issues we've got. Okay, well, I don't know if I can actually get myself into the right position anyway here, because my right track isn't even on. Do I have another tank somewhere? Oh, here it is. Oh, this is lucky. He's just next to us. Here we go. Let's drive straight down into the pit. Straight below this guy, if I can. That'd be great. Hold on. I'm struggling like crazy to just drive this thing. But yeah, we drive the front end under. And 3, 2, 1. I can't fire. It's not letting me fire. It's bugged out. It will let me fire this one. Oh, that sucks. All right, we're going to try again. That was really bad. Essentially what happened is that AI wouldn't actually allow me to shoot the gun. Sometimes this happens when you do missions, and that's really not good. Also, I have noticed the gun on this thing is actually aiming backwards, which isn't really what you want either. But yeah, let's go ahead and travel straight towards the King Tiger and blow him up this time. Luckily, our armor is actually dealing with this quite nicely. This is great. He's shot his final shot at us. Let's go in from the side this time. Here we go. And straight underneath. 3, 2, 1. Victory! And we can actually drive away from it too. Look at that. That's sick. That's so fun. So yeah, I want to say one of the weakest parts of this is actually that the tracks are so skinny. So let's go to the tracks real quick and make the thickness of those not too crazy, because obviously that's just insane, but 110 seems like a good number. Length of these is going to be a little bit bigger. We'll go to 200 mil. And there we go. Nice. Let's go ahead and do the same scenario, but in daytime this time. Oh, and the other thing as well, we actually need to make sure that the mount of this actually gets constrained just to pointing straight up. Otherwise, we will have those issues again. Also, side note, we actually weigh 73 tons right now as well, which clearly is too much. So we're going to go to a few of these faces and try and limit how heavy this thing actually is. All of the places I don't think we're going to get shot, I'm going to go ahead and lower that down a lot. Like a lot. That could go all the way down. This can obviously go all the way down. The front has to stay kind of armored, but not as armored as it was. That guy's going to stay maximum armored. And there we go. We've dropped it by like at least 10 tons. That's awesome. Alright, so yes, clearly this is not a tracked mine, but it is what it's designed around. It's pretty much a reusable tank. Or a reusable tracked mine, I guess, because we're using a cannon instead of an actual explosive. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a cool idea to me. We're driving in. We are quite a chunky boy. We've got our massive 250mm cannon. Hopefully we can get across these tracks. Sometimes this is a bit of an issue, so let's try and jump them. There we go. And let's find this King Tiger to absolutely annihilate. Alright, King Tiger coming over the hill. Let's go ahead and drive our way over there. We'll drive straight underneath him, and hopefully we will actually just explode it. Here we go, he's aiming right at us. Oh, there he is. He missed, and 3, 2, 1. Victory! We did actually end up destroying ourselves. I shouldn't have been under there properly anyway. But there you go. So it does actually fully work. One thing that I do want to check though is what it looks like when we destroy something maybe less big. Alright, so this is the tank that we are going up against. It is an 18.5 ton vehicle, which honestly is not very heavy really. And it is usually quite fast, but for some reason, they aren't really driving around right now. Don't know what's going on there. Anyway, I'm going to make sure that the crew compartment isn't actually underneath, and we're going to fire in 3, 2, 1. Oh, we still died. Yikes. Okay, well, we destroyed the enemy as well, but what I think is actually happening here is because we don't have, like, you know, sufficient armor around the top or the sides, I think we're actually just blowing ourselves up, which clearly is not very good. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the cannon size to be like 170 instead, and I think it'll still work just as good. Alright, the 18.5 ton tank is back in, and it is shooting at us. Is it also moving? It isn't moving. I don't know why it doesn't want to move. That's really strange. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and test if we die or not when we shove this underneath. 3, 2, 1. There we go. So we can still destroy the enemies, and now we can drive away as well. That's sick. All right, let's try a different tank. All right, we found ourselves another enemy. It is the Tog 2, and it is shooting at us already. So let's run around the back of this thing. Here we go. I might actually park myself underneath it. Let's just ram it. Unfortunately, the Tog 2 is actually very low to the ground. So I think I might have to go in from the front. Luckily, his turret's pointing backwards right now. Here we go. Ram underneath. Very nice. I need to get out of here a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Oh! It actually ricocheted and didn't destroy it. Yikes. Alright, we're going to try that again. Tog 2 is right there. Let's go ahead and drive our way in. And again, we have actually been tracked this time. Alright, we're going to go again and try again. Tog 2. Here we go. So yeah, it is quite easy to get tracked with this thing. Because, honestly, we don't really have much of a defense against being tracked. So if we point head on, I might have to cross over a trench here, which isn't really the best, but I think we can jump it. Here we go. There we go. And shoot. There we go. Tog 2 has been destroyed. Nice. It totally worked. That's fantastic. Alright, so maybe we shouldn't be calling it a tracked mine, but what would you call it in the comments down below? Because I'm not entirely sure. Like a low-profile gun-firing uppy-mabobby? I like the idea of that, but it doesn't really come across in the title. So I'm not sure what I'm going to call this, but yeah, look at it. It does its job, and it does its job really well. The only thing that I would say is it would be kind of nice to be able to fit within the space parameters and stuff like that. So I think what we'll do next time is we'll try and come up with a tank that actually fits those parameters and totally works as well. It's going to be interesting. Although I am going to mention it now, obviously a person would never fit in that turret, so that's an issue already. But yeah, anyway, for now, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.